So all day long, I have been thinking about today's video. If you are just popping in, I'm following the prompts from the Instagram challenge about homeschooling this month. And today's topic was extracurricular activities. And I was on Instagram looking through some of the things people shared, and they had pictures of karate lessons or dance lessons or music lessons or clubs that they were part of. And I thought, well, that would make a pretty short video for us because we're involved in community Bible study as a family, which really isn't an extracurricular, I guess. It's just a Bible study class. And my kids go to American Heritage Girls and Trail Life. And other than that, my oldest daughter goes to a 4-H program for horses, and that's it. And of course, all those things are not happening right now. So I've been thinking about that all day. And the conclusion that I've come to is that is not the sum of our extracurricular activities. Those are our extracurricular activities away from the house. However, our extracurricular activities is our life. It's just our life is what I'm realizing. So we have a family of 10, and a few years ago we moved away from the city. We bought almost 16 acres out in the country, and there's my buddy. You turning me this way? Okay. And we moved out here to a place that had been abandoned for 3 years, they estimated. It was owned by the bank. It was a foreclosure. The house was falling down, not able to be redone, full of mold. And the outbuildings were falling apart. The land was overgrown. It was, you know, like you would expect an abandoned place to be. You get the giggles. So when we bought this place, it became our project. It is a family project, a family ministry. We first built a little house out of an old workshop that was here, and the whole family got involved in that, and we all learned things. Obviously, Jason did a majority of the work, but the kids and I learned so much building this project. And then we built a barn, extended a barn, and then we built a chicken coop, and then, you know, it's been one project after another. We've put in a little fruit orchard, a garden. We've started raising animals, and we've done it all together, and that is an extracurricular activity. We could have gone to a club, an official club for learning all of these things, but instead we just did it ourselves. As our family ministry grows here, we plan on serving other people. Of course, we can't really do that much right now because of the things being shut down around the world. But the Lord is preparing us right now. We're getting things ready, and we just continue day by day to follow Him with whatever comes next. And serving people, you know, planning our yearly fall festival, all of these things are extracurricular activities. Also, my kids, when they have the freedom, like that's been my theme this month that I've been talking to you about, when they have time, the gift of time to explore, they develop their own extracurricular activities. So my oldest son is, you've got the giggles, really, I got the giggles today. My oldest son, his passion is really with electronics, and so he started his own YouTube channel, and I've just let him go. He's done it all 100% on his own. Records his videos, edits. I've done nothing to help him. For those of you who have asked, my daughter, she does want to start one. She's not quite as driven with the tech stuff as Leo is, and so that part of it has been a little slower. And she's also much more, has like a vision, and it's a little bit more detailed about that. So she's been thinking it all over, so nothing has happened yet, for those of you who have asked. But let me set you down here. I've got to stop walking for a second. Woo, that's better. So the things that we do right here in our home is where our extracurricular happens. So I'm going to show you a few things that we do. So my son, like I said, has been working on this project of editing. You know, that's not something that I consider a main school subject, but it is such a learning experience and probably will contribute a lot to whatever his future job is. Sports happen right here. Maybe one day my second son is very interested in sports things, and maybe one day God will lead us to putting him in some kind of organized thing. But right now we know that he has us here. Like, he wants us rooted here in this place. And so Jason built him a soccer goal out of PVC pipe, you know, so that they can play those things right here. My my son, the same computer son, Leo, and Elsie also both have a passion to learn Latin. Elsie's 8, Leo just turned 12, and I wish I was as cute as you. So we have been using Duolingo, which is a free website that's incredible for learning languages. I highly recommend it. And they've been using that on their own to learn Latin. Obviously, I don't know anything to teach them, but that has not stopped them. They've just pursued that on their own and gone for it. And the other kids like to play it sometimes too. Art happens here, and you know, I've been talking a lot about the Arteza products because we don't take extra art classes, and my kids who enjoy art, I really like for them to have high quality art materials because it makes your artwork. Jeremiah, you like extracurricular activities like playing Legos, right? Those are the kinds of things you enjoy.
Holding Lydia.
And holding Lydia. My kids, we could have learned, you know, botany, taken a botany class, but instead they've just gotten interested on their own and done it. You know, we're living in a very unique time in the world where technology is widely available for all of the things that you want to learn that didn't used to be that way. But because of it, we now can learn just about anything without even leaving our home. So I just encourage you to think outside the box of having to leave your house, and I'm sure this whole stay-at-home situation has helped you to do that already. But there are so many things that all your kids need is maybe a little bit of guidance and then time to pursue their interests, and they will take off. You don't need to schedule it in for them. You don't need to have you know, an official documentation. You can just allow your children to enjoy the passions that God has put in their hearts. And if they get tired of it after 6 months, it's okay. Let them move on to another thing. Because they're going to learn all the skills, many different skills that will help them in adulthood. Hey girl, do you have a dirty diaper? Do we need to go change your diaper? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to include a few short video clips of some of my kids enjoying some of their current passions, and then we will see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, those lines. Look.
Yeah, all the lines.
All of the gray lines.
We just discovered that these gray lines are resistant to the
I don't know
markers,
what to do it on.
so that even though
See,
he's
look,
coloring
what?
black over it, they pop through. Can you see that on the camera?
It's so
It's really hard to see.
But
Yeah, they're very fun. Which one are you doing?
This monster.
Wow, that's
That's
going
what
to take you
your
a
teeth
while.
is gonna look like if you don't brush your teeth.
Oh, bye. So Alice is working on this one. So these come from this,
Awesome stuff.
this little pack,
Look, if you want that, it's right here.
which is
in
nice
this
because they're small size, so it doesn't feel overwhelming. Like if it was 8.5 by 11 sheet, that would be a lot. These are just right.
on these markers, there are two different ends, as you can see. This one's more bendable. You can see the tip, especially. But this one, it almost you can see. It's almost like you can see through it. It's more of a stiff, fine, more of a fine point. Lydia,
She's not happy. Maybe she wants a wheel.
You want Leo?
which is great for if you're coloring either detailed or if you want to do like big swoops. I usually use the big end, but for smaller stuff I don't.
Now you're happy.
Can you believe these are the babies you incubated?
Yeah, there's only that one and the black one need to be named. That one right there, that's Crystal, that's Candy. That's Daffodil. Candy's gonna be brown when she grows up over there.
So these are the chicks that Bella collected the eggs herself from chickens that she knew were likely to be fertilized, incubated them all the way through, and now she's been raising them.
Yeah, and in 2 weeks we're going in there.
So where have they been right now?
They've been in the Rabbit's old rabbit tractor for a while. We're actually, once these guys go out, because we've been free ranging them, we don't want to keep the rabbits in there because we don't want to let our rabbits out. I know some people do and they let them free range, but you have to train them to it. And so right now we're keeping our rabbits up there. Chicks are going in there. Once 2 weeks from now, chicks will be in there. Rabbits will be in there. And we'll start breeding hopefully in a couple weeks.